Welcome to LeapTalk English Podcast. Let's take a leap in English.
Today's episode is about the loneliness nobody talks about. Not the loneliness of an empty room, the loneliness of a full room where you can't quite be yourself because yourself lives in another language. If you've ever been surrounded by people and still felt invisible, this episode is for you. And I promise you two things. You are not broken, and you are not the only one.
We'll give you the words for this feeling because it's easier to carry a feeling that has a name. And near the end, the small, real steps that took me out of that supermarket. Stay with us. This one matters. Let's start with the two words everyone confuses: alone and lonely. They are not the same word, and the difference is the whole episode. Alone is a fact. It means no people around you. You can be alone and completely happy. Alone with coffee and a book on a Sunday morning? That's not suffering. That's a spa.
Right. Alone is about your situation, but lonely is about your connection. It means the closeness you need is missing. And that's why you can be lonely at a party, lonely in an office, lonely in a marriage even.
And here is the sentence that took me 2 years to understand. Loneliness isn't the absence of people. It's the absence of being known.
Say that once more, slowly.
Loneliness is the absence of being known. People saw me every day. My colleagues, the barista, my landlord, they saw me, but nobody knew me. Nobody knew I'm funny. Nobody knew how I take my coffee, or why I hate Sunday evenings, or what my grandmother used to cook.
Because all of that, the real Albert, lived in a language they didn't speak. And this is where our listeners will feel something, because this kind of loneliness has a special shape for language learners. Albert, describe the shape. Okay, in my language, I'm quick. I make jokes. When my friends need advice, I'm the one they call. How do I say this? I have a personality I'm proud of. And in English, especially in the beginning, in English, I was a polite ghost. I said yes, thank you, no problem. I smiled a lot. I nodded at jokes I only half understood. People probably thought I was nice, quiet, a little boring. Which is painful because
that's not me. That's the thing nobody warns you about. You don't just learn a new language. You lose your old self for a while. The funny one, the quick one, the deep one. And you grieve him, quietly, in the vegetables aisle.
There's a phrase for this that I want everyone to have. My personality gets lost in translation. Say it when you need it. It explains everything in 6 words. And the moment you say it to someone, you're already becoming known again.
And notice what this means. Your loneliness is not because you're boring. It's not because something is wrong with you. It's because your bridge to people is still under construction. The bridge is the language, and you're building it, literally right now, listening to this.
Tell them about the dinner. You told me this story once, and I've never forgotten it.
My 3rd month abroad, my colleagues invited me to dinner. 8 people, long table, warm light, exactly the evening I'd been hoping for. And for 2 hours, the conversation flew around me like birds, fast jokes, old stories, references to people I'd never met. I understood maybe 60% of the words and none of the music.
The music?
The rhythm, the timing, when to jump in. By the time I had built my sentence, the moment was gone. Someone else was talking. So I ate and smiled. And at some point, a colleague turned to me and said, kindly, "You're very quiet, Albert." And I said, "I'm just tired."
But you weren't tired.
I wasn't tired. I was drowning politely. "I'm just tired" was the closest English I had to, "I have so much to say and no way to say it."
I want everyone to hear what was actually happening at that table, because this is the part that would have changed Albert's night. Nobody at that table knew. They didn't see a drowning man. They saw a quiet, pleasant colleague. If even one of them had known what the silence cost him, they would have slowed down. People are not rejecting you. Mostly, they just can't see you yet. So, that's the shape of it. The polite ghost, the lost music, the phone call in the supermarket. Now we turn, because the second half of this episode is the way out, and it doesn't begin where most people think.
Everyone told me, join clubs, be more social, say yes to everything. I did all of that. It made me busier, not less lonely. What actually worked was smaller, almost embarrassingly small.
One sentence, actually. We'll get there. First, the words you need. Part 3, the vocabulary of this feeling. Let's give this feeling its English, slowly, because these are the phrases that let you finally tell someone. First, I'm feeling homesick. Homesick, missing your home, your people, your food, your language. Simple, honest, and everyone understands it instantly.
I haven't found my people yet. I love this one. It says I'm lonely, but it also says I'm looking, and it's temporary. My people, the ones who get you.
I know a lot of people, but I don't feel close to anyone yet. This is the full room loneliness in one sentence. If you say this to one kind person, I promise the conversation changes.
It's hard to be myself in English. 6 words, the bravest 6 words in this episode. I said them for the first time to a colleague named Tom, and we'll come back to Tom.
Everything here is still new to me. Gentle, no drama, perfect for small talk that's ready to become real talk.
And for the days you need it, I'm having one of those days where I miss home. You're allowed to have those days. Fluent people have those days.
Notice something about every phrase we just gave you. None of them are complicated English. B1 English can carry the heaviest feelings, if it's honest. You don't need advanced grammar to be known. You need one true sentence.
Part 4, the one honest sentence.
Which brings us to the way out. The small thing. Tell them.
After the dinner disaster, I decided to try an experiment. Once a day, with one person, I would say one honest sentence instead of a polite one. That's the whole method. One honest sentence a day.
Give us the before and after.
Before, colleague says, how's it going? I say, fine thanks. Door closed. Ghost mode. After, colleague says, how's it going? I say, honestly, a bit homesick today. Sundays are hard when your family is far away. 11 words. B1 words.
And what happened?
The man stopped walking Mary. He stopped and he said, I did my studies abroad. Sundays were the worst. And we stood in a corridor for 20 minutes, and it was the first real conversation I'd had in English, ever. Not correct English, real English.
Here's why the one honest sentence works, and I want to say it carefully. Connection doesn't come from impressive conversation. It comes from true conversation. When you're honest first, you give the other person permission to be honest back. That corridor moment, Albert opened the door. Tom just walked through it.
And notice, my English didn't improve that day. My courage improved. Same vocabulary, different depth. Loneliness didn't end when my English got better. It ended when my English got braver.
Write that one down. It's not about better English. It's about braver English. Can I confess something? For years, I was the person on the other side, the local at the dinner table, and I never noticed the quiet colleague. Not because I didn't pair, because quiet looks fine. Quiet looks tired or shy or private. Then Albert told me the supermarket story, and I went back through my memory dinner by dinner, and I found so many polite ghosts, people I could have reached with one question. What would you ask now? What are you like in your own language? That's the question. Ask a learner that and watch their whole face change, because suddenly somebody wants to meet the real one.
The first time someone asked me that, I talked for 10 minutes straight. Grammar mistakes everywhere. Happiest 10 minutes of my year.
So if you're listening and you're not the lonely one, if you're the local, the fluent one, the colleague, you now know the question. Go find your quiet person. And if you are the lonely one, maybe send this episode to someone. Sometimes the episode says the sentence for you.
Before the word tour, one more thing. The thing I wish someone had told me in month 1. This feeling ends. Not in a week, not with one corridor conversation, but it ends. Today I have people here, real ones. They know I'm funny, in slightly broken English, but funny. The bridge got built, word by word, sentence by sentence, including the sentences I learned from podcasts, in headphones, feeling exactly like you might feel right now.
And if today is one of the heavy days, the supermarket days, be gentle with yourself. You're doing one of the hardest things a person can do. building a life in a second language. The loneliness isn't proof you're failing. It's proof you're in the middle of something brave.
Word tour. 8 words. Gently tonight. Lonely. Missing connection, even in a crowd. Different from alone.
Alone. Simply no one around. A fact, not a feeling. You can be happily alone.
Homesick. Missing home. The people, the food, the language, the Sunday sounds. I'm feeling homesick today.
The long. To feel you are in the right place with your people. What we're all building.
Reach out. To make the first contact, I finally reached out to my colleague, the bravest phrasal verb in English.
Open up. To share what's really inside you. One honest sentence is opening up.
Superficial. Only on the surface. Small talk felt superficial, the opposite of being known.
Connection. The feeling of being understood. The thing this whole episode, honestly, this whole channel is about. Your challenge this week is one sentence. One honest sentence to one person instead of a polite one. Honestly, a bit homesick today. That's it. That's the bridge.
And the comments under this video, let's make them the warmest place on YouTube tonight. Tell us, where are you living far from where your heart grew up? And what are you like in your own language? Read the other answers too. You'll see how unalone you are.
If this episode found you at the right time, the next one to watch is about feeling like you don't belong. It's on your screen now. They're sister episodes.
Until next time, you're not invisible. You're in translation, and the real you is worth the wait.
Take care.
If you learned something new, subscribe and keep leaping with us.